The average high school student is involved in 4 long-term projects, from presentations, volunteering opportunities, personal interest projects, to the infamous college applications process. With all of these projects going on, many of them overlapping, it can be overwhelming to keep track of ideas and deadlines for each stage of individual projects. This means ideas are soon forgotten due to a lack of organization, leading to decreased productivity and stagnation on long-term goals. Without reminders, projects with distant or non-existent deadlines can be left in the dust or forgotten until it's too late to come up with a good idea. These deadlines sneak up on students, who are often forced to begin working with a less than ideal project idea and plan. This means an unenjoyable experience for the student and a subpar end result.
Hello, we are Team InSite from Next Generation Technology.
We are from the International Baccalaureate Program at Palm Harbor University High School.
Hello, my name is Matthew Wernicken, and I am the project manager for Team InSite. I oversee our documentation and project development.
Hi, my name is Josh Brandt, and I'm a software developer for Team InSite. I will be working with backend programming and graphic design.
My name is Matus Plaza. I'm a software developer for Team InSite, and I will be taking charge of the Android app development.
My name is Anna Wojna, and I'm the newest member of Team InSite, and I will be working to create graphics and take charge in our iOS mobile application.
And of course, we've all been working to create the most insightful business plan we can to make our project a success. But you ask, what is InSite and how does it solve these countless problems?
InSite is a free mobile application where you are reminded to regularly brainstorm for these projects that pile up during your career or education. InSite includes various features we brainstorm to give you the very best service. Your InSite journey will begin with an intuitive app home screen that shows all current and upcoming projects and deadlines. The deadlines for each project and each stage of the project can be kept up with to ensure that one project isn't forgotten about, or along with any others that overlap. From the home screen, you can also add projects and goals that require a new idea. Each of these projects has a dedicated page from which you can add goals, ideas, and deadlines. Research has proven that people don't think of the most creative ideas at regular times. Keeping this in mind, InSite will send out random notification reminders to encourage the user to think of something right on the spot. Best of all, InSite will be available for free on the iOS and Android app stores.
We came up with InSite based on personal experience from taking on many long-term projects and lacking a space to put these ideas and deadlines all in one place. We started with surveying our classmates and their parents in order to get an idea of what exactly we would need in the application and figure out what things we needed to prioritize, and found that with all the overlapping deadlines in our projects, some would become left in the dust. We then worked on creating a UI which we would be able to closely adopt onto both Android and iOS, meaning the design had to be both clean and modern in order to attract high schoolers.
While we have run into some issues in our project, we are constantly tackling the issues we faced. Earlier issues we have faced during the competition season included video editing, UI design, Apple phone development, and gauging market interest.
Initially lacking an iOS release of InSite meant our app would only be available to those people with Android devices. This would severely limit our market reach, as Apple phones are very popular among students and professionals today. While we recognize the importance of an iOS release, our developers had more experience in Android development, and the iOS store requires an expensive developer's license to upload a product on. Fortunately, we found another member to join our team who had created her own iOS app in the past. Thanks to InSite member Anna Wojnar, we are very excited to plan support for both iOS and Android devices to cover all parts of our market. She has also helped us with the editing for this awesome product pitch.
Early on in the Next Generation competition, we had many questions on how to take our project to the next level and our strategies. Mentors have been vital to guiding us through the business process. The first one we connected with was Rohan Kohli, a previous winner of Next Gen Tech with the Scanned app and a current videographer. We interviewed Rohan and came out with an understanding of social media and NGT competition specifics to help us succeed. Here is Rohan with a few words.
Hi, my name is Rohan Kohli. I'm a 19-year-old college student at the University of South Florida. Team InSite connected with me early on to help them get some advice on what it takes to be successful at the Next Generation Tech competition. Their idea solves a very serious issue in a very good way for a lot of young minds and inspired people to help them get stuff done, as well as give them a place to jot down their thoughts and be successful in the real world. The app does a very good job of separating from its competitors because it does things and has attributes that other apps don't, which is why I think they're going to be very successful with their company and with their app.
In addition, we didn't know where to start with our business plan at the beginning of NGT, since none of us had ever taken on such a large project in the past. During our second workshop, Miss Jennifer Hurst from Nielsen was gracious enough to teach us the basics, and she made sure we knew what we were doing. Since then, she has been instrumental in guiding us through the consumer survey process and overviewing our progress throughout the entire project. We really appreciate her time and effort, and we know that it was essential for us to create a detailed, focused, and realistic business plan. Here are a few words from Ms. Hurst about InSite.
As a working mom of 3, I can't help but anticipate the workload my oldest son will experience in the next couple of years as he completes his college applications. The letters of recommendation, the essays, the deadlines, and all of the chasing that I'll be doing to help him stay on top of it all. When I think about the potential of InSite, the ability for him to keep track of everything in one place, for us to collaborate and ideally avoid a lot of frustrating conversations, I honestly can't wait to try this product out myself.
We believe that a primary focus of any successful business is understanding their market. We spent the weeks leading up to the third NGT workshop conducting customer surveys on our peers. Here are some conclusions we have made. People rate themselves, on average, more forgetful than not. Most people have felt that they've had a good idea only to forget it. The average person has their phone in reach 80% of the time. 75% of people have lost the opportunity to have a good project idea due to insufficient brainstorming. The average person has 4 long-term projects. With this market research, we have a few guests who serve as examples of the practical real-world users of InSite.
Hi, I'm Kyle Wynn, a senior here at Palm Harbor University High School's International Baccalaureate program, and I'd love to have an app like InSite to help me manage my time during the hectic college application season.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Barone, a junior at Palm Harbor University High School's International Baccalaureate program, and I would love to have an app like InSite to help me manage my schoolwork and also know during this Christmas season who am I going to get what.
My name is Dominic. I'm a sophomore at Palm Harbor University High School. I would use InSite to put together all my ideas for robotics club.
I will use InSite to brainstorm and record notes for my choreography for my Indian Cultural Dance Festival, Bhangra. We won this year and I plan on maintaining this streak next year also, so brainstorming is essential.
I will use InSite to keep track of the many film productions that I work on a regular basis for News Crew and for the many local and state competitions I'm a part of. I need somewhere where I can fully develop and brainstorm my ideas, and InSite is the place where I can do that.
I would use InSite to basically manage my nonprofit, MKids Incorporated, to kind of keep track of the ideas that we have and put those into action in our community.
And we will use InSite for the Next Gen Tech competition next year.
Whether it is in the earlier brainstorming phases or later back-end development, competitors should always be thinking of new ideas to implement in their project.
We're looking forward to making InSite the software product of the year. An astounding 85% of our target market has already said they're ready to download and use InSite as soon as it comes out on the App Store. Will you be part of the brainstorming revolution? Thank you for listening.
And remember, stay insightful.